Well, it's Uncommon Fossil, and today I want to present a Zoroark box deck. Now, I am far from a Zoroark master. In fact, I'm pretty close to the opposite of it. Zoroark usually goes terribly wrong for me, but want to give it a try again. I think it's in a pretty decent spot with the Pokemon that are out. So let's go through the deck and talk about it and then see the deck in action. So Zoroark, a single prize stage 1 if you're not familiar with it. It's got the Phantom Transformation ability. Once during your turn, you may choose a stage 1 Pokemon, except any Zoroark from your discard pile. If you do, discard this Pokemon and all attached cards and put the chosen Pokemon in its place. So Zoroark becomes any other stage 1. Can become an EX as well, but generally you're playing single prize Pokemon, right? That's generally the way it's styled. And you discard anything attached, so don't attach any energies beforehand if you want to keep them, because you're going to lose them, and you'll be sad when that happens. So it's a 4/4 Zoroark line, because that's what we need. What else do we have? Well, we do play one Radiant Jirachi. That's a nice starter sometimes for 2 Entrusted Wishes ability. If this Pokemon's in the active spot and knocked out by damage from an attack from your opponent's Pokemon, then you search your deck for any 3 cards and put them into your hand. So searching for 3 cards, super, super nice passive. The peak shuts it off. If it's knocked out by poison or placing damage counter or something like that, you don't get the cards, but it's still nice there. Yes, your opponent can gust around it, but you know what? Eventually, they can only gust so many times, so that's nice too. And then Astral Misfortune, which you can pay for with a DTE, 2 colors energy. You flip 2 coins. If they're both heads, your opponent's active Pokemon's knocked out, so 25% of the time, you will take a knockout. You just don't, it's not what you're living for, but times, you flip 2 coins against a multi-prize Pokemon, especially turn 1. If it's like a basic EX or V, you don't mind taking those odds going your way. Okay, so what else do we have? Well, we do play one Manaphy to protect the bench, right, with Wave Veil, and we play the new Jirachi with Stellar Veil, just because Sableye ruins this deck for sure, too. So that's the bench protection. And then the engine, is a 3/3/1 Kirlia line, 3 Ralts of the 70 HP variety. 3 Kirlias, what with refinement, discard a card, draw 2. We need to get stage 1s in the discard, so it's just a natural engine for it. Then 1 Gallade with Buddy Catch ability. You can search your deck for a supporter, put it into your hand, so that's useful as the game goes on. And you can attack with it too, because we do play the Luminous Energy. When behind the prizes, counts as any 3 energies, so it does 160 from a Psychic attacker. So just keep that in mind as an attacking option as well. But let's get into the main attacking options we have in the deck. So they're all one-ofs. No, actually, one of them, we have 2 of one. So Scovillain, for most of these attacks, we're paying with Luminous Energy. For a lot of them, right, because it's grass, colorless. We don't play any grass energy. So Super Spicy Breath does 90 plus 90 more if you have any fire energy attached. And, of course, Luminous Energy provides all types, so it does 180 on a grass. And, of course, then you are one-shotting Charizard EX. So very nice in the deck today. Kleavor, this you can do it for with a DTE route. Does 10 plus 30 more for each of your opponent's bench Pokemon. But then really it's here for Rocky Tackle. Does 150. Damage itself 50, but you're not usually surviving turns with these decks anyway. But 150 for a Luminous Energy with a weak, so like Arceus, you're going to one-shot with weakness because you do 300 damage. Slowbro, really fun, important card in the deck. For Twilight Inspirations, you pay for it with a DTE generally. You use the attack only if your opponent has exactly 1 prize card remaining, so you need to wait till that point in the game, but then you take 2 prizes. So if you have 2 prizes left, your opponent has 1 prize left, boom, Slowbro, Twilight Inspiration, good game to your opponent. It's an instant win. It lets you leapfrog over your opponent if you're behind in prizes. But you have to just be only behind by 1 prize if you're going to win that turn. You can potentially gust and stall. That's an option if that's all you have, but you'd rather save it to close out the game. Jolteon, a lightning attacker, does 90 plus 90 more if it's your opponent's active Pokemon's an EX or a V, so it can one-shot. So it does 180, so one-shots things with weakness. Right, again, Luminous Energy is what you need, so you have to be behind in prizes. Mightyena, your opponent's active Pokemon, is a VMAX. Then it attacks for a free, and it does 160. It's a dark type, so it one-shots Mew VMAX. That's a big part of why it's here. Other Pokemon, when you can attack for free, it's still not bad. Even just doing 160 does 52 itself. You're down to 60 HP. But like I said, you're getting one shot anyway, so don't worry about it. And the last of the attackers, which we have 2 copies of this, so that means this is a big focus of the deck, because, right, 2 copies is a lot for this deck. And it's Scizor. It's a metal Pokemon. And for punishing Scizors, you can attack for 1 metal energy. We do play basic metal energy, so this one we don't have to be behind in prizes. We don't need our opponent down to 1 prize remaining. It does 10 plus 50 more for each of your opponent's Pokemon that has an ability in play. Most decks play Pokemon with abilities. Most play a bunch of Pokemon with abilities, so it is quite nice. And hey, sometimes even if you're only attacking for 60 or 110, if you're not behind in prizes, that's the best you can do. So don't be afraid to use Scizor. In fact, you have 2 copies. We're planning on leaning into it. All right, jumping right to the energies. 3 basic fire, basic metal energy to pay for the Scizor's attack. And we do play Raihan, as we'll see, so we can accelerate that with it. 2 DTEs, because there's a couple attacks that can attack for 1 DTE. And then 4 reversal energies. They provide 1 colorless energy, but if you're behind on prizes and you attach it to an evolution non-rule box Pokemon, so Zoroark or any of the cards, the stage 1s in this deck, or the Gallade, the stage 2 as well, then it provides 3 energies of any type. So it pays for the attack cost of those different types of Pokemon. So very good there. We don't play boss, but we do play 2 counter catcher. Again, we want to only works when you're behind the prizes, but you gust up your opponent's Pokemon that you want from the bench to the active. 1 Raihan, really like this in the deck. If you're active, one of your Pokemon's knocked out during your opponent's last turn, then you accelerate a basic energy from the discard pile to one of your Pokemon and search your deck for any 1 card. Both parts are good. Accelerating that 1 energy and searching for the 1 card can set you up for the play you need. 4 Level Ball gets us the basic Zoruas, not the Zoroarks, but it gets us the Ralts and the Kirlias in it. So a Level Ball, you want that in this deck. 1 Arezu, most decks don't want it. It has some value in this deck. And obviously later with Gallade, when you can search it out when you need it, you search your deck for any 3 evolution Pokemon without a rule box, put them into your hand. So 3 of the stage 1s that we want, maybe a Kirlia to discard, a Zoroark to evolve to get that evolution into play, and then maybe another evolution that we want to attack with that we discard with a Kirlia. Something like that makes a very nice play. 2 Artazons, we need to set up a bunch of basic Pokemon early without rule boxes, so Artazon helps us do that. 2 Klaras, right, up to 2 Pokemon, and a 2 basic energy from discard pile into hand. Very useful. 4 Iono, just see some fresh cards, disrupt our opponent, and of course, as you know from the counter catcher and Luminous Energy, we're going to fall behind a lot of games, so it puts our opponents into a smaller hand size than us if we're behind the prizes. 2 Super Rods, we need to recover things, Pokemon and basic energies. 2 Cynthia's Ambition, again, nice for a single prize deck where you're taking knockouts. You draw you have 5 cards in hand, but if your Pokemon was knocked out last turn, you draw till you have 8 cards in hand, like it with this. 4 Ultra Ball, search out those evolutions as well as get those evolutions discard that you want to attack with. And 1 Earthen Vessel, discard a card, which of course can often be that stage 1 we want to attack, want to transform from Zoroark, so it needs to get in the discard anyway, and then search for 2 basic energies. Just really good, again, in this deck. So that's the 60. It's pretty solid. It works pretty well. Let's take a look on the ladder and see what I can get out of it now. All right, here we go. Let's see what I can do with a Zoroark deck. My history with this deck in different forms is not good, I will say. So I always seem to either get the wrong matchups or just make the wrong decisions. And honestly, it's probably a lot of it is I just make the wrong decisions. You know, some decks you just don't connect with, and I have not connected with Zoroark. Look, it has its bad matchups, though. It has its good matchups, its bad matchups, and of course, with all decks, there's some degree of inconsistency. All right, so taking a mulligan. All right, we both take a mulligan, so that's a plus. Do you like having the little winter sleeves on my opponent? Okay, what am I up against? Metal deck. All right, we will see what it is. Goldengo EX, maybe. Maybe a. I was doing Dialga V-Star recently. Okay, let's see what I get. So Jirachi, not the worst start. All right, Artazon. So I can get some things developed. I don't know if I'm going first or second. I don't think I want to attack. All right, so Goldengo. All right, well, let me get down. Let me get down to Zorua because I need to be able to attack, right? I mean, I kind of need a Ralts down as well. Okay, so Earthen Vessel, I can discard my Scizor. Not that I don't know if I want to really attack with him necessarily. No, ability based, yeah, that's pretty decent. So thin the deck, increase my odds of getting something good next turn. I could attach active. I'll attach active because I can retreat. I can attack with another attachment next turn. So, right, so that's the play. I'm trying to remember what I have for recovery for these energies. I think I play 3 metal energies, if I believe. I'm trying to remember what the deck is. I put the deck list together the other day, and now this is my first game on a new day playing this deck. I don't remember exactly what it is. And that's certainly part of my limited success is not remembering what's in the list. You got to know the list, right, for any deck. And obviously this one is definitely true. All right, so they get a metal energy attached. It's a fancy one. So they're going to get things evolved. So I lose my stand, but I have another one, which is good because I need to get another Pokemon into play. I have to think through what I want to get in play here, of course. I think the Zacian. I don't know if I want to attach to Zacian. Jirachi. Sorry, Radiant Jirachi. Got some metal Pokemon on the brain here, and obviously Radiant Jirachi is metal. Okay, so I can potentially take a prize. I don't know if I really want to do that, right? I can get him. I think obviously hitting into Jirachi. Radiant Jirachi is good for me if that's what transpires. Let me get down a Ralts. If they rope, I send up the Ralts. Do I want to attack here? That's part of my questions. I think no. I'm going to hold off on these energies. Attacking at this point, I don't think makes a ton of sense. It's a single prize, right? I mean, it has bet value, but I don't know if it... Okay, this is good. So I have Manaphy, which I don't believe I want to play. I think I get down another Pokemon, right? Maybe another Ralts is what I do here. Just get things set up for next turn. I have Iono. I have a Kirlia. That's part of why I'm making these plays. And I will simply end turn. Obviously, I only have one Pokemon I can transform into. 50 plus 10 plus 50 per Pokemon with abilities. So it's doing 150. I do not get the one shot. So, but if I try to remember. I don't remember now what the Swablu evolves into exactly. So we will find that out when it comes up. You may already know, of course. I focus on the decks I'm playing. I know a few of the top decks, but honestly, the top decks they haven't changed much in a bit, so it's relatively easy to know the top decks. They can retreat. I assume they're going to retreat and attack, although they don't necessarily want to hit into the Jirachi, right? Hitting into Jirachi is bad. So what I will do then, what do I have for an attacker, right? That's the big question here. So I only need to discard 2 energies, right? I do get to search for actually 3 cards, so I can, which is very nice actually, right? Very, very nice. So I can grab, I'll be behind in prizes, so I can use the reversal energy as well. So sets up, hopefully I can get the knockout 3 Pokemon with abilities. So they're getting the 2 energies, which guarantees them knockout. They didn't have rope, I assume, or they would have used rope before to make the switch, obviously. So if they're hitting into the Radiant Jirachi, I do like. Obviously, they'd like to path it. I don't know if they play path anyway. We'll see what they grab here. Ultra Ball, okay, and no tool. So Arven, there's a lot of, Arven's popular. It's decent, but, I do that. What do they play for tools, right? I don't know. They play, the TM evolution, I guess, right? So that's it. So to what extent do you want it? Oh, nice, 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 nice. So, so another ability, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm now doing 200, 210 actually with him, right? So that's nice. I need 50. I need, if they get one more ability Pokemon play, I do one shot. I'm assuming they're not going to do that, although I would love to see that happen, of course. So they're going to knock me out. I draw 3 cards. So let me think here. I have Iono, which is good. So I need, what do I want to attack with? Need to figure this out here. I want a Zoroark, probably. Not a Slowbro. Not him. I'll grab him, and I will grab, come on, grab him. Okay. I'm not sure Jolteon is what I want to attack with, but we will see. I was trying to think through what I want to attack with. It's not a bad damage number, I gotta say. I can Raihan as well. Okay, so let's thin the deck down a little bit. Wait, what? Oh, Jirachi was still there. I was like, what? Okay, so I'll go down to the Zorua. Just keep things going. Got to stream attacks here. So he does not get the knockout. He does 90, does 180, which obviously is not bad at all. And I have Gallade. I don't have Gallade for this turn. That's okay. I could Raihan this turn. I don't know that do I want to Raihan? I don't think I do. So I'm going to want to attack with Jolteon, right? So I'm going to do my switcheroo. I guess I do the Scizor, right? No, so I should have done that, right? But I can attack with him next turn. That's okay, right? So let's So if I do a switcheroo here, okay, so let me transform. So obviously I only have one option here. I'm going to Raihan to him because he attacks for 1 metal, which is very nice too. Does not take the knockout, of course. And what do I want to get into my hand? I think, let me grab another Ralts because that's good for me. I made a Kirlia. My apologies. Just kind of. And I do have free retreat if I want to. I'm doing 180. He comes up short, but I have the potential for one-shotting with my next guy. So counter catcher is good as well. I don't think I want that now, do I? So I will just. I'm gonna do the smack. That's it. I'll do the 180. That was kind of my thought to start with. I can finish them off with Scizor. If they get another Pokemon, I could counter catcher next turn too. So if they get down one more, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So now I can one-shot the Goldengo on the bench, which is actually what I want to do, right? Hopefully they do not disrupt my hand. All right, Lady gets 4 energies from, I try to, yeah, 4 basic energies from deck. Okay, so draw their 2 cards. So get nice big hands as they expect to. I will. Oh, okay. Well, actually, I don't even need to use my counter catcher, so that's. I mean, they see him sitting here, right? I'm pretty sure I have the knockout. I could be wrong. It's 50, 1, 2, 3 plus 10, so I believe that's 260. We will find out shortly. I assume they're gonna knock me out. I'm going to promote my Scizor. It's not a bad situation here. I have to think through what I want to do here. I don't want to discard the reversal because that's still very good for me. Yeah, I mean, the fact that they left this one shot with the Scizor, obviously Scizor for game is terrific. And obviously Slowbro is something I definitely want that option as well. So they need to get rid of 3 energies this time, so it makes their life a little bit harder, right? They need to recover, right? 1 extra energy discarded, which means an extra energy they're going to need to get back into hand. So I believe I have knockout. I will take a look, see what this says here. 260, so that's quite nice. Do I have another Zorua? I do. Thank you very much. I'm out of, okay, and I have Zoroark, good. So what do I want to get rid of here? I want to get rid of an Iono. I like Iono, but I don't necessarily need it. Okay, so let me get rid of, I'm going to get rid of Jirachi. I don't need him. Shouldn't need the Basculin either at this point. Okay, well that's fine. I don't particularly care about that, but let me see what I do here. So I will get rid of these 2 cards. I'll grab a Zoroark. Want to get something else to attack with eventually, right? Do I want to transform him again, which I guess becomes Jolteon? I think that's probably the best play I have, right? But I'll take a Jolteon here. This might be a mistake, right? Because I might want to get him into Scizor the following turn. But I think I want to attack. I just want to kind of mess with their hand too. So I have knockout, which is great. Save the counter catcher for another day. And I'll use Gallade after this. Well, that's quite nice for sure. So just draw some cards. What do I want for a supporter? I'm going to want Arezu. I probably don't, this is a card that's helpful with what I have here. I will bench another Ralts, and I will just take the knockout. I have counter. No, I can't use counter next turn, right? No, I can if they take a knockout, so that's okay. So I can take 2 prizes next turn, most likely. Okay, Rod, Ultra Ball, good stuff. Can get that Scizor in the discard pile. One of the ones with the weird ghost image that gets sometimes. Whoops, when I hover here, right? Oh, no, it disappeared. Okay. I was wondering what text it was that it was getting confused with. All right, anyway, don't have much to say. Sorry. So I don't get the knockout this next turn. Well, actually, Jolteon's also a pivot, which is really nice as well. So I can convert him into Scizor. I need to get an energy, though, right? That's the big thing. So can I hit the energy? I don't know. So knockout, a counter catcher. Probably I can get the Scizor in the discard pile. That's not well. I will get one of the discard anyway. Okay. Maybe I want to Ultra Ball. So I think 1, 2, 3. Okay, so I don't have knockout here, which is fine. Of course, Slowbro is very good as well. Let me use the Rod. Let me get back. I want a Zorua, I want a Zoroark, and I want this energy. And I think that gets me to what I need to be. Let me grab another Zorua. I only have 1 in deck, but that's okay. That should be plenty. I want to, at this point, I think I want to counter catcher, right? So let me get rid of these two guys. And let me grab a Kirlia. Maybe that was a mistake, right? I'll just grab these guys here. Kind of got a little wonky what I've done here. So get rid of Scovillain and get some more cards. That is beautiful there for sure. I think I just want to counter catcher and sit on this hand. I get a good number of cards. Let me grab. I also get down to 2 prizes, and of course I am. If they get down to 1 prize left, I do just win the game, which is quite nice as well. All right, so what's my hand size? So no, I don't really want that. Iono's the threat I want for next turn. I'm okay if I don't have it. So let me just attack. I'm going to wait to transform. Because I'm not sure what I want, right? I'm just keeping things flexible right now. See what they play. Okay, Klara's nice. So things are nicely set up for me for sure. Once they get to 1 prize, I think I just jump them. I will probably attack with the metal Pokemon next turn. I assume they're not going to give me the knockout. The evolution card, I think that's just to thin the deck. They probably should have, maybe that was in their hand earlier, because I think there has been an Iono played since then, right? I am pretty sure I've Iono'd. So, okay, get back the Goldingo and such. We're going to have to attack and switch around, right? At this point, they're going to make it so that I don't have the 1 shot, which is fine. But once they get the knockout, I just want to give myself the best chance, keep my deck nice and tight so that I can Slowbro for game, right? That's the goal here, right? So I probably Iono this turn. I attach, I evolve, I have a lot of very nice pieces here. So I'm going to transform you, just get some good damage down. That's it. They take the knockout. 90, he does 180 as well. Wait, the Scizor. Am I behind in prizes? No, I'm tied in prizes, so I need to attack with this guy here, right? And then I need the DTE for next turn as well. So 1 metal, so 160, certainly not bad. I want to, I think I want to Iono here, shrink their hand down, and then I want to build my hand up. Just start getting cards. Those are nice cards there. Let me grab a supporter, which I'm going to discard. So I want a supporter that I don't want, and I don't want to Klara next turn. I'm pretty certain, right? Because I need a double turbo energy. That's my plan to DTE. Or the metal energy with another Scizor as well, right? That's fine too. Let me see what's here, I guess. Is there anything I can grab? There is not. Okay, that's okay. Because if I get Iono'd or something, just shrinking the hand size with it too, right? So just make this play. Just grab. This is nice. Take the knockout. Boom. This hand is a winner. As it is, I have counter catcher. I can win with Slowbro or with Scizor next turn with my current hands. So they're going to bump my stadium, and that's okay. I've made my deck nice and small at 8, right? That's one of the things I wanted to do to get, because I draw for turn, I can get a supporter, I can +2 with Kirlia, +2 with Kirlia. 1, 2. So I think I draw 6 cards. So that's not my entire deck, but I can, like I could grab Cynthia with Gallade as well, which then, if I get Iono, right? So, right, Radiant Greninja to get a little more draw, which is fine. I mean, obviously they have to knock me out. And they don't know that I have game in hand, right? They don't know that, so that's fine. I mean, once they take knockout, I'll probably just use. No, I don't. Well, I can use Reversal Energy, so that's okay. Or I can use Scizor for the knockout as well. So they draw their 2 cards, right? They set up. Oh no, they did that already. So they take the knockout. I'll just, I have options, so I'll probably just attack. Since I have the basic energy, don't attach energy first, right? That is the first rule for this deck, because that loses the game. And I have Klara, which gets me what I need to. And obviously I have to win this turn. Well, first off, they win next turn. So, and so there we go. Got the W, and deck pulls. The deck worked, right? Deck worked quite nicely. Probably a matchup where I'm favored and I think, right? Did I pick the? One of the things with Zoroark with a deck with every deck, right? As you get to know it, you get better with it, and obviously different builds have different attacking options. So you play the deck, you get to know it, and you'll do better. But certainly the deck came through that game. All right, let's see if we can get another good game with the deck in. The last game went well. It went well. I set up well. It was a matchup that probably favored me. I don't have fighting Pokemon in the deck, which would have helped even more. But certainly had enough options, right? Had enough options, and with 2-shotting them with Counter Catcher was big in that deck for sure too. Right? Being able to gust up without using my supporter. So I get to go first. That is good because I'm evolving. I mean, look, I could do Hisuian Basculin if I go second. All right, so Jirachi, good. I start that. I think I started that last game too, which is nice. And that obviously helped things out too. So what am I up against here? What's this guy? Oh, Scizor. Okay. All right, River Room, Scizor. So, okay, we will see how things go. So they have Scizor, which is okie dokie. All right, Cynthia is not ideal, but so I want to get some cards in the discard pile. Let me get down a Zorua because I need that to attack. And I want to get down a Kirlia. And since I have a Kirlia in hand already, I want to get down a Ralts. And then I will get down another Zorua, I think, right? Because if they gust up my Zoroark, it means I can still attack, right? That's the question at this point. Do I double up Zorua or Ralts? I think Zorua is the way to go. It's more conservative, right? Am I playing too conservative with that, right? Should I be getting down another Ralts, which sets, assuming I don't get my Zorua knocked out, I'm ready for big damage, right? At this point, if they play rope, I send up Zorua, right? I want to keep one Ralts. I want to keep one Zorua. I'm guaranteed to keep a Zorua. I don't believe they can take out two Zoruas. But we'll see exactly what they're playing as this game goes on. All right, so they've attached, and you've returned, which is good, and they've retreated for turn, so those aren't options anymore. Earthen Vessel, so, okay. Probably, if they play Battle VIP Pass, they want to get those Pokemon on the bench. Hopefully, they struggle with that. So, let's see, 2 energies in the discard. Okay, because this is probably a heavy energy deck, so see what they're getting down here. Another energy, so they really... 3 energies discarded turn 1. They have at least 1 in hand. So another Goldengo deck. Okay. Last game again in that matchup, things went well. So 1, 2. That's two Pokemon with abilities right now. So Scizor is looking very nice for sure. I can't reversal. I guess I Cynthia's Ambition. Just trying to figure this out, the sequencing. All right, Cynthia's will get me. Reversal isn't any good. Cynthia's gets me some cards, so that's what I want to do that. Okay, Kirlia. What do I want to do here? What do I want to discard here? That's one of my questions. All right, I'm going to play the Metal Energy discarding game myself. I don't know if that's good because I do need these back. I don't have as much recovery as them, but I do need to just kind of keep this deck going. So let me do this. I want to... that's okay. So I will attach to the active, play him down, and just end turn. So this is okay, I believe, right? I think the third Zorua is fine. So I'll get 2 Kirlias. Do I want to evolve to Gallade? I might. I'll see what I get, right? Right now I don't really want to discard Kirlia or Gallade. I don't want to use my double coin flipped for a knockout on a Mew, right? Especially I don't want to have to attach a special energy that I can't recover, right? And at this point, to get the metal energy for my attacks, I have to recover, right? Look, I have Raihan. I do have access to Raihan, which is good. I can reversal too, but assuming I get knocked out. If I don't get knocked out, of course, things are different. So let's see. They don't have any energy in play. I assume they'll attach one instead of Mew. They're going to retreat. I don't know that they're going to attack though, right? At this point, what are the options here? 1, 2, 3, 4. So I don't get knockout yet with Scizor, right? I need one more ability down. So I'm guessing they're going to get down another Gimme Ghoul, which doesn't get me the knockout this turn, but we'll get it Overroom. Okay, and that's right. They play him to accept those energies, so they're a turn away from really doing anything, which is okay with me. Excuse me while I cough. I think I want a Cynthia at this point. Because I don't really want to. So let me. Trying to think, what do I have here? All right, so what do I have that I want to discard? Nothing that I want to discard, unfortunately. So I'm just using this to thin at this point. Grab the Basculin, bench him. Okay, because I will toss him here. Toss the Jirachi. Obviously, I wish get rid of a Scizor. That is nice, right? What I really want, of course. I guess maybe I should use the other level ball to thin. Evolve him. Let's think here. Let me grab a supporter. I will grab Raihan. Sorry, with the cough drop sucking there. Things did get a little uncomfortable for me. All right, so I want to get a Zoroark down there, right? I have access to that, so let me do that. Because that's a must at this point. And I will just end turn, right? So, excuse me, got a little tickle there. All right, let's see. Weather's been weird where I live. It's been warm and cold and dry and wet, switching around a lot, and things have been busy personally for me, which is fine. It just gets a River Room, discards 1, draws 6. Okay, but that means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 abilities. So now for 1 energy, and I have Raihan, so access to Raihan. So things are very, very nice. I do have the one-shot this turn, so I'm liking that. And once they evolve the other Gimme Ghoul on the bench, I can get back-to-back one-shots. I do need to get some energy back in the deck, of course. 2 energies there. I will Raihan this turn, probably. Raihan's proven to be very nice with this deck, so maybe I should put another one. Now part of this is why, you know, we all have our cards we like and our go-to plays, and I like Raihan a lot in decks, in single-prize decks in particular. Right, it's just very nice to be able to select that 1 energy, search for any one card. In a matchup like this, where for that 1 energy I get the knockout that I want, it's very good, right? So I'll get a knockout this turn. They'll attack, I assume, with... okay. Well, this is getting really... They're being really slow about this, I gotta say. So I kind of need to... I gotta think this through now, don't I? Gotta think this through. Okay, so they're really not being very helpful to me, is what I would say. So, do I want to get some more? All right, I'm going to use the Arezu. I mean, my opponent's really being slow here, right? So, let me get 2 Zoroarks in play. And what do I want to attack with? And I'll get the Jolteon in the discard pile, why not? That's fine. Just start kind of discarding a little bit here. Slowbro, which is fine. I tip my hand about that, but they should be expecting that too, right? It should not be a surprise that I have that. And I think at this point, I just kind of... I need access to the knockout. That's what needs to happen here, right? So let me grab something here. I don't have access to the knockout yet. Actually, I don't have boss at all this deck, do I? Just play counter catcher. So if they're going to play the slow game, I can do the same thing. I already have Iono, so that's kind of a fake there. So I'm just going to end turn, right? They're going to have to take... I mean, I'm going to start taking knockouts. I'll take a knockout next turn. The problem is, when I knock out the Mew, I lose... Oh, that's right. That's my 3rd metal energy as I talk to myself here. I lose the ability to... I no longer can one-shot the Goldengo, right? Unless, of course, they evolve this turn. I'd love to see them evolve this turn. You know, they're waiting to attack because they know partly I'm reliant on reversal energy, right? All right, so I'll get Jolteon. So I have 2. So I'm in a solid spot here. So they're going to evolve. Or maybe they're not. Are they just thinning? Okay, are they going to evolve into him? That's nice if they do. Like I said, then it gives me the knockouts that I want to get. They didn't evolve, though. Okay, so that's on... I guess I got to attack, though, here still. I need an energy, though, right? I need an... All right, so opponent conceded. So there was a game of... I think I was going to Iono that turn, right? Neither of us got things going. I was set up very well, though, I will say. So I think I'm going to close the video out with that game. Look, I did not get... I got the win. Obviously didn't get a knockout, but had all the pieces I wanted going. Liked my spot. I had between Klara and Rod. I could recover. I wasn't going to deck out, so I was just kind of waiting to get the energy that I needed into hand and just get going there. And anyway, which I needed to play Rod, I guess, to draw into the middle energy. So, but anyway, deck's worked well for me. It's kind of, with this build, I'm kind of going about 500 with it, which for me, that's actually very good win rate with Zoroark box. If you look at Limitless, the win rate's it's probably below 500, I think, below 50%, I believe. But obviously, there's a lot of different decks and obviously a lot of different skill levels of piling the deck. and obviously, and just it is matchup dependent and do you set up. So again, look, Zoroark, I think it's in a solid spot. Don't be afraid to try it. If someone like me can play the deck successfully, that means you can too. Take care.